Hey, everybody, it's Dr. Nan and my husband, John, in our living room. This is part of the series Coping with the Coronavirus Challenge. Jilly is milling about in the background. Today, we're going to cover Tantra, G-rated Tantra for dummies, for grown-ups, G for grown-ups. Tantra, if you've ever heard of it, is this like yoga of connection. So people hear about like Sting having sex for hours and people doing all sorts of cool sexual things, but that's kind of missing the point. What it's really about is building connection with your partner. And you can do it with your clothes completely on, and it's something really actually you can do at a distance. If you are not with your partner and you want to do this virtually, you can do it. So two basic things we're going to cover today. One is eye gazing. So when you first fall in love, what do? You look at each other a lot. John and I met, I was just turned 17 and he was 17 too. So we were each other's, I think, first loves. And then we went off to college and blah, 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 blah. And here we are so many years later. So when you fall in love with somebody or fall in lust or have new relationship energy, you spend a lot of time looking at the person in the eyeballs. And in Tantra, they give you some tools about how to eye gaze, in a way that facilitates connection. And I can use this a lot with partners in therapy to help them connect beyond words and beyond the kind of busyness of mind. So today we're going to cover eye gazing and we're going to cover the breath. So one of the things that you can do with your partner to have more connection is to work on synchronizing your breath. So synchronizing your breath is breathing intentionally together, and it can be two different flavors. One flavor is inhaling and exhaling at the same time. So there you're matching the breath, and we'll demo this in a minute, but I wanted to speak about it so you know what I'm going to do, what we're going to do. So the breathing together, synchronized breathing in together and exhaling together is a way to get your nervous systems entrained. And entrainment can help us feel more calm and connected. There's a whole division of the vagus nerve that's all about regulating us through our connection, through being present with another person. The second version of the breath is reciprocal breathing. So in that breath, as John exhales, I'll be inhaling. As I exhale, he inhales. So it's about circling the breath between the partners. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense
Sure does.
to him. I wish you could tell me if it did. So the very basics today, we're going to get in a position where we're going to look at each other, which means we won't be looking at you. But if you have a partner that you're not with, you can do this virtually. Okay. So sitting on the ground where you feel supported is a good thing. And what we're going to do is just sit across from each other for a minute or two without any speaking. And I'm going to look into his eyes. It's helpful if you can focus on, for example, the partner's, this is his left eye, because that in the yoga tradition, that's the receptive. So we're just going to sit here and we're going to gaze at each other and breathe. So usually you wouldn't be talking through this, but I'm giving instructions to you guys. So what we're going to first do is we're going to synchronize the breath at the same time. So as we're inhaling together and exhaling together. So longer, smooth inhale and a much longer, if possible, exhale. So I'm going to stop the action for a minute to check in with you guys. When I notice this with clients, they looking at each other's eyes, they start to giggle, they feel embarrassed, they feel feelings flush up, okay? And that's great. Feel all your feelings. Feel them. Deal with them. Just have them. Breathe into them. Feelings are sensational, and life is sensational when we focus on sensations. So the first part was breathing together, long, smooth inhale, longer, smooth exhalation, which engages your body's calming portion of the program. And the second part is as I inhale, he was exhaling, it's the reciprocal breath. Now that works better when your heads are closer. So what you can experiment with your partner when you're actually in the same space is to just gently bring your foreheads together. And as I exhale, John will inhale. So that trading the breath is a way of syncing your nervous system too. So you can play around with that. It's fun. Play with it. It's not like something you have to do in a certain way and get it right. It's experimenting with connection, with feeling, with sensation, with smiling. I mean, we've been together forever, but we've never been in this moment before. So this is a brand new moment. We've never been who we are in this moment before, a brand new moment. So instead of being in a relationship, we are relating in present time. So to put it all together, what you want to do is physically you can sit on the floor. We'll do other videos with more details. You can actually use your hands. The left palm is up, the right hand goes on, and you can breathe together, long, smooth inhale, just synchronizing the breath. Longer, smooth exhalation, gazing into your partner's eyes and seeing the person, the being in front of you. So ideally, you do this in quiet. You're not giving other people instructions. Anything you want to share, honey? That's just our intro.
It feels very good to do. The feelings that I'm getting are connected to Nan and relaxed in my own body. So this is something that's really fun to do.
And it's prioritizing connection, being in the room with each other, paying attention to each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes the best way to pay attention is without words, is just seeing and being with.
Very good.
So we'll be back with more instructions for more stuff. And in the interim, please try and stay connected and stay well and stay healthy. And remember, pleasure's not a luxury, it's a necessity.